So you've probably been told that going viral is like the best way or fastest way to grow your business. But based on working with dozens of business owners, dozens and dozens of them, and looking into their business, and they do content marketing, etc., I can tell you that it's complete BS. Okay, and we're gonna talk about it. So I know that you probably see dozens of ads online of people to claiming to have some magic formula for going viral, generate a gazillion views in 30 days or gazillion followers, etc. But if you actually look closely enough, you'll see that people can rarely translate that attention to sales. And there was one testimonial I saw, for example, um, someone who generated 200,000 followers or whatever from by using some type of viral formula, right? And they were making 15K a month. Now, for some people, that might seem like a lot. Maybe if you're starting from zero and going, to 200,000 followers and 15K a month in like a month, that's pretty good, right? But what usually happens is that as soon as these people who have gone viral just stop going viral all the time, their business just falls apart. Why? Because not only have they most likely generated the wrong attention, which is what going viral usually means, because you have to make such broad content that you'll probably generate a lot of attention that's not actually your ideal audience. But also, if you don't actually have the real sales systems in place, then you can't translate that attention to sales, right? And I see this happening just so much. People constantly trying to chase going viral, getting, trying to get tons of keyword comments on their post, but they don't actually have the systems in place to capture that attention and really translate it into consistent and predictable revenue. And they have to just rely on their content going viral to just get a handful of sales. But as soon as they have some bad week or a bad month with content, they are just struggling and they keep trying to go viral and they're just stuck in this loop, right? And it's so common. And so instead of focusing on just generating attention, actually focus on generating the right attention and have systems for predictably turning that attention into sales, because attention by itself doesn't mean anything. And I see people flexing this on social media, like, oh, this post got 1 million views or whatever. It's like, I mean, who cares? Actually, who cares? How much money did it actually make? There was one guy, for example, who I spoke with a year ago or something, maybe more than a year ago. Big fitness coach on Instagram. I think at this point he has 1 million followers or something, right? So big guy. When I spoke to him over a year ago, he had about 600,000 followers, I believe, right? So he's grown a lot and he keeps growing. But I remember at that point, he had 600,000 followers and he was only making about $30,000 a month. Not only that, he was complaining about his leads being shit. They got on a call with him, etc., and they just didn't have money, and he was making all of these excuses as to why people wouldn't buy, etc. But if you looked at his content, everything that he was trying to do was just generate views. So for example, he was making fruit review videos. Oh, look at this exotic fruit. Oh, you can eat this. This is how you peel it, right? But if you think about it, how does this show that he is actually a fitness coach who solves the problem of fitness, that he is some type of authority, or that he has some type of credibility, or that he's just a coach overall? It doesn't, because he's just making this super broad content that is essentially for everyone who's just curious about fruit. But almost nothing he posted was actually towards people who had a burning problem, right? And that's the difference. Sure, if you talk about a specific problem, then it won't go viral because it is a pretty specific problem. Fewer people will probably have it, but the people, like the attention you'll capture from that video will actually translate into sales, because people will feel like, okay, you actually understand them, you can describe their problem well, that you hopefully have some type of like authority or credibility, and people can hopefully see that by just looking at your page or whatever. Like, that's what generates sales, not some, look at this fruit, but so many people still do that type of content, and it's just for the like status symbol of followers and views, and then they take those views and followers and they bundle it up into a product, and they sell it to new business owners who don't understand that attention alone doesn't lead to sales, and that's how they make money. A lot of these people who are going viral, and especially like selling growth, like talking about business, I mean like Instagram growth or whatever, they're not actually making a lot of money. Like most of them, I've worked with some of them, like they're actually not good like business owners. Okay, so stop trying to obsess over going viral. Focus on solving the right problems, make good offers, and that's basically it, because views don't mean money.